Hey guys, what's good? How are you guys all doing? Welcome back for another crochet with me video. I didn't actually intend on filming this crochet with me video, but I was kind of working up a bikini behind the scenes and I figured that I might as well show you guys what I'm up to and kind of my steps on how I'm doing it. A few days ago, I actually filmed a new yarn haul where I show you guys the new yarns that I picked up. I'm not too sure if that yarn haul video is coming out before this crochet with me or the other way around, but if it is, I will link it here so you guys have all the details for this yarn. But just to give you guys a quick rundown on the yarn, I'm using the Lion brand Nubu yarn and it is made of 100% lyocell. The interesting thing about this yarn is that it's listed as a medium weight 4 yarn, so pretty much like a worsted weight yarn. But considering that this yarn is so thin, I'm actually going to treat it more like a sport weight or a number 2 type of yarn. And believe it or not, I'm actually sizing down to a 3mm hook. This is definitely on the smaller side that I've ever worked with. And I'm using the shade Hazelnut in case any of you guys are wondering. So I'm just going to get right down into it. To me, this yarn is very silky and slippery and buttery. And the moment I felt it in the store, I knew I wanted to make a matching bikini set with it. That's what I have so far, in case you guys couldn't tell. It's a bottom bikini. I know I've worked this bikini panel off camera, but I'm just gonna quickly show you guys what I've done so far. And to start, in order to get the basic shape of this bikini, I went ahead and pulled out a pair of bikini, what is English? The moment I get on camera, I can't even pronounce things right. But I just went into my closet and pulled out a pair of bikini bottoms and I'm using them as a size reference as I crochet. But I'll bring you in close to show you guys the basic gist of what I have. And again, this all kind of depends on your sizing and your preference on fit. But to start this bikini, I essentially created a chain that was about 10 or 12 stitches long. And because this yarn is just so thin, I've actually been using double crochets for the entire project. But after my initial chain, I pretty much worked about 3 stitches of just regular double crochets working back and forth along my rows. So you can see here it's pretty much just a plain rectangle. And after about 3 inches for the crotch area, I started adding increases on the corners on every single row. So on the beginning of the row I increased and at the end of the row I increased. And again, I'm just kind of comparing my work to my template bikini as a reference while I'm working. So I can see if I'm going a little bit too skinny or I can see if I'm going a little bit too wide. And then once my piece is about 6 or 7 inches long, I start decreasing on every single row. And to start working on these little side panels of the bikini, I attached my yarn at the corner and placed double crochets all the way down to the corner where it stops slanting. So I'm only working on the decrease area. And now I've just finished up my first panel for my bikini bottoms. So to make my front panel, I'm gonna mimic the same exact steps that I used to make this one. And hopefully I'll figure out a cute way to lace up the sides to each other. I didn't know I was gonna have so much fun crocheting a bikini, but now that I'm really getting into it, I kind of wish that I bought some beads or something kind of fun to stitch in here with this. It's gonna be kind of plain. All right, so being smart, I went back and I counted my work and my stitches, and I seem to have started off with a chain of 8 plus 2 for turning. I'm gonna chain my 8. Any day now. Now, you know what? I'm changing my mind. Instead of working 2 separate panels and having to stitch together a middle seam at the crotch, I'm gonna try to be smart about this. And I think I'm just gonna attach my yarn to the center of my crotch and start working my piece while it's attached to the first panel. But anyways, how have you guys been? I hope you guys are all doing well. I've actually really been enjoying putting out different kinds of content for you guys instead of my usual DIYs. But if you guys have other suggestions or other types of videos that you'd like to see, please let me know down in the comments. All right, so I've attached on my yarn. I'm just gonna mimic out the same shape of the bikini that I have here on the bottom. It's always kind of a good idea to tuck in your ends as you work as best as you can, but I hate having to tie off and weave my ends in later, so I'd rather hide them as I'm working through my piece. Here, I'm just gonna show you guys kind of what it looks like on the body. I'm wearing jeans, but you know, I'm gonna do the best that I can, okay? All right, but pretty much, hello. I hope this gives you guys a good enough idea of what I'm working with. And this is pretty much the right amount of coverage that I want to use on my back panel as well. I don't really want to make a thong bikini, but at the same time, I don't really want to wear granny panties at the beach. So I think this is kind of a good medium, a good middle ground to work with. And now that I've kind of had enough time to work with the yarn and adjust to it a little bit, I do really like the texture and the feel of this yarn. But I will say that it is a little bit difficult to work with just because it splits so easily. I don't know, has anybody else had issues working with this Nubu yarn. About every second or third stitch that I work, my needle gets caught on the split yarn and I end up pulling the stitch. Jesus, see, you guys will probably be able to see how often my work is splitting. Can you see up here, my yarn is split. A couple stitches over, it's split again. Do you see this, guys? But I'm willing to work with this yarn because the outcome of the bikini seems to be so beautiful. So I pretty much finished the majority of the crotch, and now I'm gonna start working back out like this. Well, to update you guys, things have gone a little south, but we're trying to pick them back up. It's no bueno right now. I'm not happy. Pretty much a mistake that I shouldn't be making anymore, but I made it, so that's great. I don't even know how to say this. I feel ashamed of myself, but so I showed you guys my first panel earlier. As I was working the front panel, I kind of thought to myself, why is the edging of my work waving like that? But I just kept ignoring it and I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing. And as I started working my second panel, I quickly realized that it was because I was skipping stitches. So these little waves here on the corner are because that's a stitch that I dropped and I was supposed to pick that up and work into that stitch. So yeah, that's not just some cute little edging that I added to the bikini. No, that was me screwing up royally and dropping stitches, which is something I shouldn't be doing at this point, but I guess accidents happen. At this point in my work, I've pretty much decided that I'm just gonna keep working my second panel with that air. So I'm gonna continue to drop stitches as I work, just to keep both panels uniform with each other. I'll wear the mistake proudly, I don't care. I really don't, they're cute.
The next day.
All right guys, I am back and obviously it's a new day, but last night I think I finished up the bottoms for the bikini. I don't know, I'm pretty excited. Obviously I don't have my side tie straps yet. Does this look like a bikini bottom too, or does this look more like, please ignore just how messy my room is, okay? Can you guys see me? That's better. Ooh. Shoot, I probably should have added more rows to this and made it a little bit taller. What you guys think? Y'all like this? But yeah, this is what I have so far. I don't know. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. Very comfortable. Very soft. Now let's just hope that there's enough coverage. Just recently, I learned a new technique for making more of a fitted bikini cup. That way it shapes her body a little bit more and it's a little bit more flattering. And also the girls don't go flying everywhere. So I'm pretty much gonna start off with the basic chain that goes to about 3 or so inches long. I'm going to work down one side of my chain, add some increases at the tip of my chain, and then I'm gonna work back up on the other side of my chain. And I'm pretty much just gonna work in a U-shaped formation, just working rows back and forth. And of course, right as I'm filming, I'm starting to run out of memory. But I just wanted to show you guys really quickly. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but since I'm using the single crochet, it's taking a long time to build up on it. But look, I think, right? This looks like a bra cup to you guys, right? And I'll check back in with you guys when I have more rows to show you. It doesn't really look like much.
A few moments later.
So I think I have my first triangle cup all completed. And even though I don't really have the straps on it yet, it seems like it's big enough to cover my chest. But at this point, I just need to create my second cup and then stitch everything together, and then we'll see what it looks like when I come back. I don't know, I have pretty high hopes for this. I just wanted to give you guys one last update. I actually finished up this bikini last night, and I don't know why I'm so surprised and happy with this outcome, but oh, wow, I actually really love it. All I did pretty much was create a very long chain, and then I just strung it through here on the bottom. So if you want to, you can even cinch up the bottom of the bikini. What do you guys think? And I already finished tying up the bottoms for the bikini, and I'm gonna hop off camera and try these on right now and show you guys the whole outfit. Sorry my lights are super bright, but if you guys can see here, I also added on, I ran over to Joann's last night and picked up some of these wooden beads. I mean, I can see myself on the beaches in Mexico looking like this. Alright guys, well that pretty much wraps up this crochet with me. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in again and spending this time with me. I hope you guys got a little bit of entertainment out of my struggle and learned a few new crochet tricks as well. And I'll see you all in a few days. Bye!